Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome into the early spring edition of The Local Show. Yeah,
you're thinking of me.
Yeah.
You're always so nice to me.
It was interesting because I had kind of put away all the big wintry stuff midweek, and then we got the snow.
And with more coming, and now
we're back into winter.
March is that mixy month.
It really is. You just never know.
It's kind of like November.
And as much as they say things have changed, and they can pull up this stat and that stat, it really is. What do they say in England? It's poppycock, because it isn't. I've been on this earth now, coming up to my birthday, for 59 years, and I can remember every single year around my birthday, my parents would get me a bike. So we get that spring bike, and I would be outside riding the bike, in March, and then all of a sudden it would snow. Then you couldn't ride the bike.
Exactly.
And then it would clear up the next week, and then you'd be back on the bike. So I remember that pattern forever.
Yeah, that's why they call it weather.
Yeah.
That's why there's always been a weatherman going, I don't know, trying to tell you what's going to happen.
We just never know what's going to happen in March. I think of many St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's
parades just standing there in the cold with the wind just whipping and the snow dropping.
We had Janet Higgins on, and I said, boy, the weather's been great. It's all waiting for the parade. then we'll get the ice storm.
Exactly.
All right, Steve, tell us a little bit about Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. People are they're buying houses. They're not buying houses. They're remodeling. It's up and down.
It is that spring market, that spring thing.
Yeah.
And Brad works right here on the Zoey Local Show team. Mm-hmm. He is just finishing off the process. He'll be closing here within a month or so, and went through the process with Geddes.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him the other day, and he said, they made it easy. And he was funny. He goes, I kept calling because I had questions. So I kept calling Chrissy, but it didn't make me feel bad. Because,
sure.
I don't buy a house every day.
First time. Yeah, that was his first time.
And then he said something. He said, the rates were actually lower than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But he's a first-time home buyer, so they have these special incentives and things.
Right.
And he's boyish on a normal day. He was just excited and all smiley. But if it's time to get a mortgage, certainly, don't go far away. Don't pay PMI, those extra insurances.
Yep. Get
it at Geddes Federal Savings and Loan.com, Tom.
There you go. Now it's our pleasure to bring on Bernadette Tripp from Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions. She's been on before. You can see everything about Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions at SyracuseSenior.com. SyracuseSenior.com. How are you, Bernadette?
Good.
What do you do over there? What do you do?
Oh, a little bit of everything. When people call in and they need the support, our caregivers to come into the home. So I'll do that initial intake where I'll go out to the home and kind of assess, what type of care are they looking for?
I see.
What are their needs and how we can better support them. In addition to that, I am a certified TPA-SNO dementia specialist.
Okay.
So as part of my job, because Senior Home Care Solutions does specialize in dementia care, I will train the staff. And what we have found is that, people really needed dementia support outside. They needed it in the levels of occupational therapy, physical therapy, family members who have loved ones that have dementia. Sure. What do we do? Mom is starting to have this behavior. Dad is going outside without wearing a jacket, or dad is outside, he's walking down the street and not realizing, that he has to look left and right, and how to better support them with those situations. Because they still need to do the things they did before. It's just that part of the brain that makes them think before they react is being affected. So my job with Senior Home Care Solutions is, dementia education, teaching them all about different strategies and approaching them.
Is this just family or is this healthcare providers or who are you training?
Both. We actually do support the families as well as we've been pushing into some of the local colleges around the area that may have the occupational students that need to know more about the disease, or physical therapists who are working with them one-on-one and don't really understand that our approach makes a big difference. I'll give you an example of that. Maybe standing directly in front of them when they are trying to do their therapy is very confrontational because of the limitations that they have. When you stand directly in front of them, it's kind of trapping them and they don't see a way out. So just turning your body to the side is what we call supportive stance. And that makes a huge difference, initially.
Yeah. So there's like a hotline or there's a call once a week. What is that?
Our support group that is held every Tuesday from 9 to 10, the last Tuesday of the month, it goes from 2 to 3. And we started that really because of COVID, because they didn't have a place to actually meet. And this really is for anyone that is caring for somebody that has dementia, whether on a professional level or, parents or neighbors, whatever the case may be. And it runs for about an hour, and it's a great place for them to just kind of vent and talk and get education about, hey, mom is really struggling this week with some of the things that she's doing.
So it's like a group call.
It's a support group.
Okay, how do people sign up for that?
They could just go to our website at syracusesenior.com, and there's a link so they can join it. And you don't need to let us know that you're coming.
And there's no fee for it?
There's no fee. It's free of charge.
Nice.
So we just let them in, which is wonderful. We have a very supportive group of people. Even people that have lost their loved ones have come back on because it's made such a huge difference, to have other people that are kind of going through that same thing.
What did you do before this? Do you have a medical background or counseling?
I've been with Sheila with Senior Home Care Solutions for 10 years. Prior to that, I actually did personal lines of insurance. So I was a claims adjuster. But my dad actually passed away from a stroke. And prior to that, he was having some cognitive changes. And after that happened, I just decided, you know what, this is not really what I want to do anymore. I want to give back. I love being around seniors and making a difference in their life. Nice. So I kind of turned the corner, and I've been doing it for 10 years. So a lot of hands-on experience. Everybody in our office really has been in the field doing the work, which makes a big difference.
So things are a little better, COVID on the decline rather than the rise. So people been feeling good. You've been getting kind of back to normal.
I would say, there's your ups and downs this time of year with the weather.
Sure.
People are just dealing with other things. But for the most part, we've been in the homes even through COVID. We didn't have the opportunity to not show up. We really had to be there. But I would say that for the most part, we're very busy.
Yeah,
we're super busy.
And I know Cheryl had mentioned this before. Just to be clear, you don't have to have dementia for your services.
No,
like half
don't.
of your folks, as people get older, they want to stay in their homes. Your support, not medical, but they don't have to have dementia. Everybody has some memory loss as they get older. We learned about that, Tom.
Yeah.
Is that your name, Tom?
Yeah,
you learned about that. But there's some as we get older, that's natural.
That is very true. We help all seniors. Anybody that is aging, we are supporting them on all
So that's
levels.
SyracuseSenior.com. The info is there. And if they want to call 469-1000, sounds like a radio number, doesn't it?
Yeah,
469-1000.
That's right.
They can get some information and have a conversation.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful group in the office that can answer any question.
Super.
Excellent. That's Bernadette Tripp right there from Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, guys.
You're so very well spoken. You should co-host with me.
I knew that was.
Let's not go that far.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Matt Major. He is the founder of of Growth Mode Technologies. We'll find out all about his business on the local show on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM and on YouTube.